Good day, class. I'm architect Adolf Vincent E. Vigor. I'll be your instructor for Architectural Design 1. To give you a brief background of myself, I am a graduate of this university back in 2007. I finished my postgraduate diploma in project management with merit at the University of Liverpool in the United Kingdom. I'm a full member of the Royal Institute of British Architects and an associate member of the American Institute of Architects. So I'm a licensed architect, I'm a licensed real estate broker, and I'm a licensed real estate appraiser. And I have around more than 10 years experience in construction and design industry. So I've been involved in mega projects overseas, but I also have a background of building and designing houses here in the Philippines. Okay, so before we formally start with our lesson, the first thing we're going to do is study our syllabus and to introduce you with it. But before that last, I'd like to uh, remind you that college is different from high school. So I'm your instructor. So I'll be here to lead you towards the fountain of knowledge. But you really have to work hard to learn from this subject. If you have any questions or inquiries, I can be reached anytime through my email or my Facebook account. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with the course description. And for architectural design 1. So the course deals with architectural design fundamentals and basic design techniques and tools. It involves exercises that apply basic creative design with an emphasis on space, anthropometrics, modular coordination, functional relationships, and activity circuits. Now, these terms might be new to you, but as you go along with this course, you're going to deal a lot with spaces and anthropometrics. Now, to give you a holistic understanding what architecture is. Architecture is the art and science of designing and constructing buildings. So it means that you're not only designing, uh, you're not only focused on the creative artistic aspect, but there's an engineering and scientific side as well. So you'll be using both the left and right portions of your brain at the same time. Okay. A course outline. So on week 1, we're going to have a virtual lecture and introduction to architectural design. And week 2 and 3, we're going to learn about anthropometrics, ergonometrics, behavioral setting, activity analysis, spatial analysis, interrelationship of spaces, basic proximity matrices, and basic space programming. So when you say anthropometrics, this is a term that deals with the size and proportions of the human body in relation to space or uh, explanation to spaces. Okay. And we also have ergonometrics, behavioral settings, activity analysis, and spatial analysis. That's for week 2 and 3. For week 4 and 5, 6, we're going to discuss out the living area and its distinct spaces. Activities will be virtual lecture, major plate, and online consultation. So, class, we're going to have a design review once in a while when I'm going to discuss your plates uh, online. Okay, so when you do your plates, you don't have to write your name. You only have to write your student ID number at the lower left side portion. Okay. Now for week 11, 12, and 13, we're going to discuss about the kitchen, service areas and its distinct spaces, the activities to be a major plate and online consultation. 14, 15, 16, the sleeping area and its distinct spaces. We're going to have virtual lecture, major plate, and online consultation. Then week 18, you're going to have your final exam. Okay. So I hope you're not overwhelmed class with our lessons. Okay. So what I want you to develop right now as you start with your design 1 is your spatial intelligence, or your ability to understand in spaces in 3 dimensions. Okay, so we're going to work on that, and hopefully, when you reach your higher designs, you already have a solid foundation. Now, class design one, we're going to tackle about designing a residential building. But as you go along your higher designs, you're going to study bigger spaces. Okay, so our suggested readings, you have to study this. Architecture Forms Ways in Order by Francis D. K. Ching, Visual Dictionary of Architecture, then Architectural Graphics, also by Francis D. K. Ching. Okay, so if I have these books, I'll try to upload it in our group page. We also have time saver standards for building types, the metric handbook planning and design data, and new for architects data. So for online resources, we have Arch Daily, Blueprint, Architizer, and Arch 20. But every now and then, class, I'm going to upload materials from the Royal Institute of British Architects, our group page, just for additional reading. Okay. Now for your tools, you will need a drafting or drawing board, T-square, and a triangular scale. So the drafting table is where you're going to draw your designs. Then you have your T-square, that's to guide. Then you have your triangular scale to check on the scale of your drawings. Okay. Then for the drawing tools needed, that you're going to have drawing pencils or mechanical pencils, but you can also use disposable pens or tech pens. Then you may need your triangular set, your compass, eraser shield, and erasing brush. So class policies on attendance and punctuality. Before the midterm, 3 unexcused consecutive absences, the consequence will be DF or drop with failure. Inconsecutive unexcused absences amounting to at least 17% of the total contact hours, the consequence is also DF or drop with failure. And now class that we're holding our classes online, uh, basically I'll base your attendance on uh, your submissions. Okay, so we're going to have activities every now and then your attendance will be based on them. Okay, uh, please submit your plates or projects on time, because your plates and projects are designed in such a way to what you call this, awaken your spatial intelligence. Because without spatial intelligence, class, you'll find architecture a very hard course. Okay, so be prepared and work hard on your studies. So after the midterm grading period, inconsecutive unexcused absences committed after the midterm grading period amounting to 7 total contact hours. That's a consequence of fail. Then excused absences with appropriate certificates and valid reasons signed by guardian. So it should be by medical certificate, natural calamity, important personal reasons, and internet connectivity. So the class policies, the submission of requirements. So you're going to have the merits for late requirements on the day of the deadline, 1 point per minute, but with a limit of 25 points. 1 day after and within 6 school days, 40 points, and beyond 1 week, 60 points. Okay. If you want to know the reason, class, well, we are training you like this, it's because when you become architects, you'll be working on multi-million projects. So when you deal with clients, you need to submit your project proposals on time, because otherwise you will lose a lot. Okay, so this is your training, the training ground. You have to be very efficient in how you handle your time. Okay, otherwise when you practice, you lose a lot of projects. Okay, So class policies on makeup exams and quizzes. Makeup exams for unexcused absences shall be allowed within 6 school days from the date of examination. Only preliminary exams, midterm exams, and final exams are due to makeup exams. No makeup quizzes are allowed. So if you have quizzes class, if you're going to miss it, you're not allowed. There will be no makeup for it. No grade will be given to quizzes missed due to any form of absence, whether excused or unexcused. Okay, remember this one. So make-up exams for unexcused absences will be only allowed from 6 school days from the date of examinations. Only preliminary exams, midterm exams are due for make-up exams. No make-up quizzes allowed. Okay, so this slide is repeated already. So it is the prerogative of the course instructor to assign a class middle and or establish a Facebook group for purposes of uniform information dissemination. So this is important class that we create your Facebook group, because this is the place where I'll be uploading some of the resources, online resources for and your requirements for a course. So if you're going, you can nominate a middle or a me select from you. Then we're going to add everybody to our group. For purposes of transparency, any form of private messaging via direct messages, text, direct phone calls, and similar modes of communications are not allowed. Okay? But class, I'm allowing you to send me an email every now and then. Then don't worry, I'm always online. But calls are not allowed because mm, it's going to be very difficult if you're going to call me at midnight. Okay? So address all queries and clarifications by the official class middle or on the comment section of Facebook group post. So if you have any questions or any inquiries, feel free to comment. So it's the responsibility of the student to be kept up to date on any information that the instructor will issue, whether via class middle or via Facebook group post. Failure to receive information at time will fall on the student's accountability. So always make sure class, since you're already in college, that you're all well informed of what is happening in our classes. Okay? Now, I'm here to guide you, but you have to also help yourselves. So for the grading policies, the passing percentage is 70%, which will be a grade of 3.0. Major examinations, midterm and final will be 30%. Major plates, at least 4, will be 40%. And performance innovation task, compilation of works will be 20%. And class standing exercises, homeworks is etc. is 10% for a total of 100%. Okay, class, so welcome to Design 1. So I really hope, class, that all of you will pass. Because right now, since you're already in college, you're building your future. So I want to see the most of you become architects, be successful in life. Okay, but to be successful, class, you must really work hard. If you desire to be an architect, your instructors are here to help you, but it has to be coupled with hard work and study on the subject matter. Okay, so just to give you something about architecture, class, what you call this, your access to education is a right, but to become an architect, a licensed and registered architect, is a privilege uh, given only to those who pass the board exam. So that's why we are here to guide you. Okay, so thank you, and I hope you will enjoy this course, and I hope you work hard on this course. I am always here to assist you guys, and as much as possible, I don't want to fail you. But if you really deserve it, then I have no choice. Okay, but don't worry, I'll do my best to make you understand our lessons. Since this is your first time encountering design of spaces, okay, so we're going to reawaken your spatial intelligence. Hopefully that you're gonna get good grades for this course. Okay, so welcome to the beginning of your 5-year journey in the world of architecture class.